Hey, this is Head Ripper here. We're gonna go over how we kill AlysRazor. Um, we pretty much start out by marking the two spots where our tanks are gonna be. Off tank's gonna be over there in purple, and I'm gonna be on the blue square. So I go ahead and give myself a blue square too, so that nobody gets confused. Start out the fight, run into this corner, and like your guy will stop moving right here as long as you're holding W. And that's where you need to stand to not get knocked back. All right, we start out the fight. I pretty much just start out with a death strike and hit him a couple times. If my trinkets proc, I go ahead and outbreak, and then just go ahead and start chopping him down, following him. Don't be standing in front of him so you don't take any extra damage. Um, I wait to army right now once he's done, and usually get an attack off or something on this guy, and then I go get in my position to get ready for the egg hatch. So I try to stand in between the two worms on my side so that I'm not getting flamed on, and I'll look at them and determine which one I need to go to first based on which way their jets are facing. So I'll go left, obviously, if he's not flaming on me, and I'll just start working my way towards the other one. Now, you have to dodge all the fires and the rings and everything burning on the ground and the worms flaming. So just do that. You're really not in big of a hurry to go from worm to worm. Um, so just take your time and don't try to take extra damage. And even if they get big on you, just hit a cooldown and just wait it out. It doesn't hit that as hard. We've got two healers on this fight. We've got one on me on the left, and then we got one on our off tank on the right. So it's not that big of a deal. Once you get your hatchling down, just look for the meteor, look for AlysRazor in the sky, and just line of sight it. Usually I'll hit like rune tap right here to help heal the people up around us because I got it glyphed. And just sitting here waiting on the next egg and the mob. The same thing on this side. I'm on my side. I'm waiting for the worms to spot, and I'm trying to position myself in between each worm and looking for the meteor and make sure I'm not getting ran over. So as soon as he pops, I'm gonna hit my DRW. I'm gonna spread my dots. I'm gonna start kiting him over towards one of the worms and get to chopping him down. And then as soon as he eats that worm, I'm just gonna go start pathing to the next worm. And as soon as I get that second worm down, I'm gonna bring him over to one of the initiates and help kill that guy. Because every little bit of damage that you can do helps. Because those ads have to die. And then once that gets done, if meteor's still up and you're chilling, shoot a death coil at it because it needs to die too, so that you have at least two meteors to stand behind. Um, so we're just waiting here. Our mage and boomkin are up top, and they're managing their buff and their rings, and they will try to wait till the last second to come back down so that their stacks do not fall off. So they'll quickly get a ring, fly down. As soon as the phase is over, they go straight back up. And once I'm done with the meteor phase, I just try to help out on the ad, silence it, and then boom, go to my hatchling. And I'm standing in between the worms again. If my cooldowns are not up yet, I'll wait to outbreak. So I'm always gonna DRW, then outbreak, and then get to chopping the worms down. As you saw right there, the meteor was running towards me, and so I didn't want to risk it because it's like a train. If you run out in front of it, you will die. So I stopped for the train and then kite my guy over. And as soon as I started kiting him over, the worm was blowing on me with his fire. So I decided not to push it. My guy got big. I just called it out. Hey, my guy's going big. I hit a cooldown. My healer says you're good. So I just tanked it. And then on this phase, you're just trying to not get too far away from the middle. Because if you get too far away from that middle vortex, you're going to get hit by what's called harsh winds, and you're just gonna die. So all you're doing here is just running behind tornadoes. These tornadoes are on rails. They won't go left and right. They're just going in circles around the middle circle. So just follow one, and then one passes you, follow it, and then one passes you, follow it. So right here, I'm uh taunting and marking one of my ads, and I death grip it in, and I'm trying to stay close to it so I can silence it because it's my job to silence that ad, and then they'll silence the other ones, and just try to maintain damage on AlysRazor as he's down because he's taking big damage. I'm taunting. And then taunt as soon as he comes up. Taunt, face him away. Everybody else stacks behind. Roll a cooldown into another cooldown into another cooldown if you have to, because this phase doesn't last very long, and he does big damage. So you just want to keep your cooldowns running and keep death striking, getting your blood shield up. And once he knocks you back, uh, you can keep doing damage, run towards him. I'm gonna outbreak him again so that my dots are on him, and then I'm gonna start looking to do the same thing that we were doing in phase one. I'm going over to my blue square. I'm helping out on the initiates. I'm watching for my egg, and I'm just chilling. Look for the worms. Try to position myself correctly. I'm gonna eat the one worm and just start repeating. Don't be afraid to use your cooldowns, and keep them stacked right here, and they don't do that big of damage unless they get big. So I always try to save my cooldowns for AMS if I'm running into a fire or the worm is blowing on me. And then I just, like I said, I kite them over towards the initiate, and I help out where I can, and just repeat. Get behind the meteor.
Nice.
Hope my group doesn't mess up, which they did here. They didn't get behind the meteor. So I was like, all right, I'll come and res you. We're good. We can still salvage this. I think I got him. And then I just get back to what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing my job, not everybody else's job. So your main focus is getting this hatchling on you and avoiding damage. Because there's so much damage going out in this fight with everybody and so many things to dodge. If you run through those fires right there, just hit your AMS, and you'll be good. Hey, we did it. All right, that's it.
Goodness.
Oh my god.
We're so good at this
game.
If you want to parse on this fight, you have to solo tank the worms, but it's much harder on your healers and the rest of the raid in general. So unless you've got Giga Chad, healers, and DPS that can be held accountable to not mess up and not take extra damage, then don't try it. Just dual tank it, dual heal it, one on each side, and get to the next boss. All right, bye.